809, trying to find which are divine and which are just fine. From after this wireless, the bland and eclectic, they're gonna realize it's not very effective. What's up, trainers? Welcome to the Pokemon Podcast. It's Not Very Effective, episode 51. If you've ever seen a Pokemon, that's enough to judge it. We're your hosts, the one who cares about Pokemon Light Travel, aka LT, and...
the one who doesn't a whole very much at all. Jacob, aka Plesiosisticus Josephini. It's
a dinosaur?
Nah. It's a sea snail.
Ah.
And the interesting thing about it is that...
Plesio made me think it was like... Maybe that's just a word for like aquatic or something?
Maybe.
Plesiosaur.
It's endemic to a very specific place that I can't pronounce, that you've probably never heard of. And there's so little known about it that they don't even they haven't been able to define a conservation status. They don't know where it sits. Because I looked up, it says conservation status and it's just blank. It says data deficient under it, and I read that, and it's like, this is usually for things where they just don't know enough about it, so they can't say how much of it there is and how much there should be. So yeah, it's a sea snail.
Good to know. This is a show where we create an objective, unquestionable, definitive rank list of all Pokemon, complete with all our prejudice and bias. Each episode, we randomly select 3 Pokemon, pit them against each other, then figure out where to put them in the complete list. So Peter can rest easy knowing that no harm will come to these fictional creatures of near-human intelligence, and that they are merely being judged harshly on their physical appearance. Gengar is first, Binnacle is last, and Jacob's favorite is still Xurkitree. Now, before I move on, this episode is going to be a little different because I've come to the conclusion...
Uh-oh.
Yep. It's what you think.
Uh-oh.
Maybe not exactly, but this is why I wanted to do it this way. Because...
This is the best way to do it.
If anyone at all does watch this, then Jacob will be asking questions from your perspective.
Yeah, that's
the way I feel about that.
Unless I miss things, but oh well.
Yeah, well, I should really... What I want to do is institute a time skip.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What I mean is... I assume we're on the same page here, in that I want, Well, not that I want to. That's the thing about this, is that, I feel like we both like doing this.
Yes.
And... if I could just do this and record it and then have the rest of everything else happen by itself, then I would want to continue to do that. But that's obviously not how it works. And, there's other stuff that needs to go into it. And I also bring it up this way because I don't want to come to you and say that I'm already decided on something. Because, you're at least part of this. I'm bringing this in as, at least partially to discuss it.
Yeah, if you bring something up and I truly think it's a terrible idea, it's, it should be discussed.
I realize that ultimately, if I decide not to do this, then most of this is, stuff that I do, so, But... obviously, I think we're in a similar boat in that I would... This is why I say time skip. Because I do want to come back to this. And under certain circumstances. But, okay, let's just... Do you immediately have any...
I don't exactly...
questions?
I still don't even really know what you mean and what this implies.
I want to stop with the intention of starting again at I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. Why? What did you think I was saying? I know I didn't
I didn't have an idea yet. I wasn't exactly sure what you
well,
meant
I
by
mean, we were on
TIMESKIP.
a similar page
I-
to some degree because
I was like,
you know me well enough to know what I was getting at.
honestly, not really.
What did
At
you think
least
I was
then.
saying to begin
I
with?
didn't have an idea in my head yet.
Well, because you were like, "Oh, here it is." Like I figured you
I was just
had
I was
some
kind of
idea.
just I was kind of just bullshitting. Like I was like, oh, he's saying something.
Oh, okay.
Like,
then.
oh, here we go.
Well, there you go.
So we're stopping with the intention to come back at some point.
Well, this is my idea. I want to discuss it
Okay.
because obviously, we're both doing this, and I respect your opinion. And
Yeah.
in fact, I think on the actual recording side of it, we're probably on the same page, and how we feel about it, which is why there is like part of me that doesn't actually want to stop, but I have to consider that that's not all that goes into this.
So is it that you feel like you can't do an effective job of this, or
I'll tell you what it is.
because I want to get to the bottom of that.
Okay. It's not that I feel that I can't do it well. Okay. In some ways, like I know anyone that has watched any of this has known that my health has not been the best throughout this entire thing. But when it gets to the sleep shit, it gets difficult to do things on a schedule.
Yep.
And if we do something weekly like this, then there's going to be the same amount of work to do every week.
Mm.
But if my sleep is just completely fucked, then I start losing a lot of time for that 1 week. And so then it gets to the point where I have to pick and choose between what I do. And if this happens weekly, then that has to be top priority. And I don't necessarily want it to be top priority. This is what I mean. I would like to do it, but not as like top priority.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at. But as you probably know, you can probably guess at some of the other things that are of a higher priority. And I think that if I continue doing this, they will just not get done.
Yep.
Which is the bottom line. I know what I'm like. Like, I might stop this and they might not get done anyway. But the best chance I have of certain things getting done, or even beginning to work on certain things, is like killing things that would be better served for us to, like, that's the thing. If I stop this to do something else that works, then this will be much better when it comes back.
Right.
There'll be more places to go with it.
Because I don't think about it that often because we don't talk about it all the time. But like, to be vague, you have a couple ideas in the funnel of things you want to do, and some of them are
Most of the things that you know
pretty-
about are more than ideas, because I try not to talk about things that are just ideas. Anything I've told you about is enough of a fully formed idea that I want to like actually
you're gonna
progress
commit to
it, yeah, and actually like make it happen.
Point being, anyway, is that they're like pretty big undertakings. So
Yeah. As they always are with anything I fucking feel like is worth doing.
So I mean, with those in mind, it totally makes sense
Exactly.
to sort of I guess like determine what is of a higher priority and work with it.
Yeah, and it's like the nature of doing something like this weekly, that there's a certain amount that has to get done, like
By a time.
exactly. So that ends up being the thing you have to do first. And I know I'm already bad at working on like a big thing over time. Because like I can just be like, every episode is like, that's a mini thing that like once I'm done getting that out, it's done for that week, you know? Like there is like a natural stopping point. That's the thing. Like I'm bad in general at working on multiple things. Like with like one episode, I can be like, okay, I'm doing this now, do all of it at once, and then it's done.
Yep.
You know? For like a bigger project, you can't really look at it in the same way. And so I just end up never starting it. So yeah, I mean that's basically what it is. And I mean, I figured you would understand this.
Oh yeah, fully.
You know what I'm like.
Yeah.
And like, this isn't even. Obviously, I know what the realities have been, but like, you know me, and like, if I hadn't, because I know we talked about this recently, and we kind of like go back to like, this is gonna stop, this ain't gonna happen forever. Like, I'm fully joking about that, and like, if I'd thought of this before we'd done the last episode, I would have done this on the last episode. Like, once I'd like decide on something, that's when it's decided on, So I don't want it to be like, yeah, dude, I've been in this mind the whole time I've been doing this. Like, I have to some degree, but I don't.
Not in the same way. Like it's.
No, yeah, like I don't.
We came into this knowing it was impermanent, and.
Well, no, I'm not even saying that. Like, it really depends. I mean, I intended to keep doing this until I decided that was not a good idea anymore. And like, if I wanted to live a certain way, then I would just keep doing it. But I don't. And in all honesty, with like the sleep getting as bad as it is, it has been more difficult to even just like do one thing a week on time.
We missed last week.
Yeah. There are other reasons for that, but like,
sleep was definitely a part of it.
Yeah. Like, undoubtedly. And like this week has been heading the same way. I don't think my sleep has ever been worse than like probably this week, honestly. I don't know how long I've been awake or asleep for like the past 4 days.
I mean, yeah, I don't have any issues with any of this. Like, logistically, well, for reasons of health, reasons of logistics, and reasons of passion, this makes a lot of sense. Like, it's just
unfortunate, but there's nothing I can do about that. Because, like, that's the thing. Like, I know we both like doing this.
Yeah. Although I think I do really, I think I appreciate what this stopping will mean. Like I'm happy to see where the extra time could go.
Yeah.
Because the things you have planned.
And the thing, I think you probably,
interesting to me.
I think you probably know this about me as well. That like, it's not just the physical stopping of this that will help. It's the mental, like, not having to worry about this at all anymore.
Yep.
Will help me immensely. That it almost is like a physical, literal thing that it frees up space for me, because
bandwidth.
Yeah, like that's just how I work. Like I don't know how to do shit any other way than that. Of like, it's probably OCD. It's like it just, I'm always thinking about it because I know it's like I need to think about it. If I don't need to think about it anymore, then it's gone.
I sort of got into a similar feeling when I think it was about 4 weeks after I started working, and I realized I finally got to a level of being comfortable with it. And it's like, now I don't feel like, now I don't go to work thinking like that I'm gonna fuck something up bad enough or that I need to learn X. And like that worry going frees up space in
Yeah.
your brain.
So that's kind of like the opposite of me, because if I have to do something, then I have to think about it constantly.
Mm. Yeah.
Or, I don't know, like, I just have to. Like, I certainly obsess over shit, but I don't really know how else to think about things.
Mm. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that's really the worst thing about it, is that we both, like, just like doing it.
it's the thing.
But that's why I say time skip, because the fact that I'm taking that into consideration, the fact we both like doing it.
Indefinite hiatus. Here we are.
Well, I'm going with time skip because that's just what was in my brain. Well, that's the thing, because indefinite hiatus is like, I don't know, it's not the same implication. For me, time skip is like, I'm intending to come back, but like, I will be stronger when I do, you know? I will have undergone training, and I will have some new powers when I come back. Like, that's the thing about it.
Here I was talking about a snail, not realizing it would be my last.
Yeah, well, there were a couple things that you said in like the last fucking, I don't know. I'm like, well, he's gonna know. He's about to find out.
He's about to find out.
But yeah, I mean, some part of this is I intend to come back when like I can be sure that, you know, there would be more people that would actually actively want to watch this, if you get what I mean.
Yep.
I don't think doing this will be the thing that, you know, builds any sort of audience. But I think there are things that I'm going to work on that will do that. And also, time skip with the caveat of like, shit changes. You know, be prepared that I just may never come back to this. Because I don't like it when people will say this, and they'll be like, I'll be back, like, and then and they won't necessarily. Doesn't mean saying that like I know that shit changes, and this might be it, but that's not my intention, at least right now. But that, you know, that could happen. I'm just being honest about it.
I mean,
I know how shit changes. And, you know, like, ideally shit, like, time skip, like, I do not intend to come back if I remain in the same situation, you know? So with a different situation, there's a different set of things to consider. So it might end up that it never comes back. That's all I'm saying. The intention right now is that it does. Under certain circumstances.
at least I and a lot of people appreciate transparency, and
Yeah. And I mean, I'm kind of like, this is that OCD shit. I'm being transparent in ways that I don't even feel yet, because I know that is a possibility. I don't get mad at people for being like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, and then they don't end up doing it, because they're just not considering that things will change. But things do change, though. Like, I just know that's personally how I think. Of, like, I can recognize that if I'm saying something today, like, my perspective on this could definitely change in the future. I think people should always be open to that, but I don't think people really think in the way that, like, they really think about that happening.
I can't think any other way. Like, things a lot of times feel like there's... It's weird because I'm a determinist and not a determinist. So sometimes it feels like there's no rhyme or reason, and so it feels silly to try and like really latch on to something very far in the future. I think it's rather things are turning out in different ways for reasons because of cause and effect. It's just you don't know where they'll get to. You don't know what it'll change into down the line, because obviously we can't see into the fucking future.
Like, maybe I'll get to a point where I would want to bring this back, but there's enough stuff that I would want to do it. There's just not time for it or something, you know? It's just a simple example, but... And I mean, maybe this will just come back with, like, a different structure or something. I don't know. Like... But yeah, that's the upshot of that, is the intention is that it... Right now is that it comes back in some form at some point.
To be very cliche, when one door closes, another opens.
Dude, when God closes a door, he opens the window. Which makes you wonder why he closed the door to begin with.
Does he want me to jump out?
I mean...
I'm jumping out.
I'll jump out.
It's a bit high for me to tuck and roll, dude. Might just die.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean... I think as well, I didn't feel it in the same way I think you did. Probably definitely not.
That's why I bring it up of like, if I could record this in the same way you do, then I would probably keep doing this.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm far more hands-off with this whole thing.
Yeah, if I could come in here, if I could just walk into my own room and then record this and then leave with you and then not have to, and not have to do anything else and it just comes out in exactly the same way, then yeah, that'd be fine.
Because, like...
I'm not even implying that it's, like, that much work. Because, like, it's not that much work. But it's every week. And all of that it takes time to do that. That could be used to do other things that I want. And there are other things at this point.
Yeah.
There weren't other things when I started this. But there certainly are now. That's a way that shit has changed since this has started as well. That's why I say, like, at the time, starting this was fine because I didn't have... There were some things then that were a higher priority, but there are other things now that it's just like, there's too much. Plus, obviously, the sleep is worse than when this started.
Yeah. Like, as an example, like, I've been... It's always been walk in, give opinions, walk out.
Yeah.
And when we were having audio issues, like that initially almost felt like strange. It's like, wait, I have to do more? Like...
Well, to be fair, all you really had to do was plug in your mic properly, but... You're lucky that they weren't real audio issues.
I think it was
I'm
like
still dealing with those same audio issues that started when I fucking... like reinstalled everything, which has been added extra work this whole time, which I hate because I know there's a way around it. I just don't know what it is, and I've tried fucking troubleshooting that again.
I mean, like, when I think one of the episodes was particularly bad,
yeah,
and there was the potential for me to go through and fix it, and I was like, this is more than I want from this. And that, yeah, like that, it kind of... I guess it gives the amorphous blob that is the viewer an idea of, like, how...
I mean, I can give you some idea. It's like, at this point, I'm like...
I mean, I just show up.
Yeah.
He does everything else.
I show up, and then I continue to show up.
I show up, give my opinions, and search up random Wikipedia articles.
Yeah. So, like, after that, it's like, you make the the MP3, and then you get the Vegas project, because I use Vegas, which people be saying, well, there's your first mistake.
Yeah,
but
I've
you
seen
know,
that around a bit.
you know, that's what I've been doing. And then at right now, I go through it
We are here doing the behind the scenes.
and look for the part where it starts like getting out of sync, and I have to cut that and move some shit back, and I do that for the whole thing, which is like roughly every 10 minutes of recording or something. I think maybe longer. It fucking sucks though. That's what you should take away from that.
Mm.
And then there's like fucking, thumbnail, and then actually uploading everything and just various things like that. It ends up taking like, plus every episode I need to let them like render.
And I mean, I feel like on the surface that sounds like an easy street to a lot of people, but
I'm not saying it's that hard, and if I was like actually healthy, it would not be as difficult.
that's what I was going to say.
It's still work though, and it takes up time, and
In your position,
and also like it has like a mental toll, because these are things that I would not really enjoy. I don't really enjoy doing them. It's just in service of everything else.
Mm.
And like I've got enough of a mental toll as it is,
Yeah.
not to like fucking, bro, feel sorry for me. Like, no, I'm just saying though. That's what it is.
Well, that's the thing. There's people will say like, I'm not trying to get sympathy points, which they're not.
Dude,
generally.
I'm not. When I bring this up, it's because it's funny.
But I think a lot of the time,
I just want people to understand the situation.
Yes,
I don't give a fuck
exactly.
if people.
it's important to bring up.
A lot of people will come back
Shit.
to me and be like, "Yeah, you know what? You're lazy, and you're just lazy." I'm like, okay, whatever.
It's just, I think it's important to give proper context. And
Yeah. Like, I don't think I'm lazy.
It might
but-
sound like a motherfucker is like trying to get sympathy points.
Look, I understand how shit sound. Like, I make light of this like so often that it's probably hard for everyone else not to, and you forget like what I'm actually dealing with, which is half the point. Because
Yeah.
I don't think it's fun for most people to think about what I'm actually dealing with, and not the context of a joke. Like, I see that
I mean, it's
when I fucking explain things to people.
it's not for me.
Yeah, and you deal with it the best out of anyone. That's not a joke. There are people.
It's like, what else am I gonna do?
I know, but there are recurring characters in my life that I don't talk to about this shit anymore because they can't deal with it. You can at least like, I can say things to you, and you're not, it doesn't like fuck up your day.
Nah. I mean,
Most people it does
at this point, it's like
to some degree.
at this point, it's like, yeah, it's something to do with you has gotten worse or a bit better, and it makes you feel so and so way.
Yeah.
And it's like I know how that goes, and it's usually just the best response is to kind of like, I guess, just be there to hear it and to make fun of it and to suggest anything that I think it might actually be of some kind of use.
Exactly, and not everyone can do that. I understand that. Like, it's just like I'm not in people's heads, but I'm pretty sure that multiple people have stopped talking to me and do not try to talk to me because of the situation and things related to it, which is fine. Everyone makes their own decision.
I was about to say, in some ways, I don't blame them. Because,
the only problem
it's
with
not
this
fun.
is people don't make it clear that that's why, and I would like them to. But that's all. Because if people just told me that was why, then that's fine. I don't care.
We've talked about it in the past, as people would probably think it's
People make excuses.
worse to tell somebody that.
Yeah,
too.
no, people make excuses and are like, no, that's not why. And like, it's probably not the only reason why. It's a little conceited to think that, but like,
I mean, from their perspective, I feel like it would probably be a decent chunk of it, because I fully understand it, Like,
yeah, I just don't like to be like, oh, dude, I'm at the center of your life and you're just thinking about me the whole time. Like, I know that's not the case, But in terms of like my interactions with other people, it's like I'm pretty sure you're not trying to talk to me because it's not fun, because you cannot separate me from this situation. And that's completely fine because I can't really separate me from this situation either. In a much more direct way.
I can process and understand that a lot.
I mean,
better.
you fucking live with me, so you can
Yeah.
you even have like just more a better understanding of the situation in general.
Like I process it and understand it actually relatively easily now. But like I definitely understand why people don't.
That's the thing.
Because I mean,
People don't know me well enough to even know like they I don't know, they must think it just like sucks all the time, and it does, but it's like I think you know how I would just be dead if I wasn't such a positive person.
Yeah.
Well, not positive, but optimistic.
and you might not think he seems optimistic.
I'd be dead if I wasn't.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like the way things have been
That's
in
the thing. Like, I'm not depressed, and I should be. I don't think I am, though.
It's I think you deal with it really well in a realistic way.
Well, I don't think there's any other way to
Because
deal with it, you know?
A lot of people in your same position or in worse positions will be super positive and almost just be dishonest with themselves about their situation and what it means.
I mean, I'm sure there's people that deal with shit like this like I do.
Yeah.
I just haven't really met a lot of people that aren't in that are in like a similar situation. It's probably a common way to deal with shit like this, though.
I have met one person who obviously I won't name, who at a point was terminally ill from cancer, I believe. And
that doesn't help people either. Like, I don't know what's wrong. I can't just like give you like one sentence and really explain shit.
Yeah. And
so I wish I could, but you know, I've been down that road.
They initially like went through the period of like everything's fine. And then they went through the period of like everything's not fine, and they were crippled by it. And then they came to terms with it and became at peace with it. And it takes you on a fucking, from what I've been told, it takes you on a complete roller coaster, because at the end of the day, your cancer doesn't give a shit how you feel about it. It's either going to kill you or it won't. And you just have to deal with that however you choose to deal with it.
Yeah. And just to make it very clear, I do not have cancer as far as I know. So, you know.
I'd hope not.
Title of this video, TIMESKIP, cancer.
You've been tested for quite a few things.
I think I would know if I had cancer.
Yeah.
Probably. Unless it's very specific.
I don't know.
I don't know. They should know better than me, but fucking, I don't know, man. I'm not in the business of trusting doctors just because they're doctors. Okay. Yeah.
This is an exhale episode.
Okay, well, now we've got that out of the way. How I propose we move forward. I mean, unless you have an issue with this would be the last normal episode. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I figured it would. And then we do one more bonus, and I guess one more commentary, and I figure we just pick the movie, just work out what it would be. I guess I need to say everything on this episode because there's not going to be another one. I'm gonna leave the Patreon up because I think it's more annoying not to, honestly.
Fair enough.
I'll remove the tier of like, pick a Pokemon, obviously, because it doesn't really make sense. I'll leave the stuff of like bonuses and all of that. But honestly, if you want any of that stuff, then you can just, email. I wanted to do this earlier. I don't remember if I ended up saying it before.
I don't think so.
It's a thing I heard about, like, another podcast doing it, is like, they would be like, if you want the bonus episode, then just email them, we'll give it to you, but you have to, like, do it every time you want, like, a new one or whatever. If you email, if anyone at all listens to this, I'm really not sure. Cause
We've had spots where people have listened to certain episodes.
there are consistent numbers on, like, the statistics, but I don't know where they come from exactly. So I don't know. Maybe people listen to this. So, if you
Well, look,
at some point you can.
This is the one where we're potentially, like, we're calling it quits for a while. Not fully, but for a while. So
I would say more than a while, but
if you listen to this, reach out. Just do it.
Well, you don't have to. I'm just, like,
do it
saying specifically
if you feel comfortable.
No, I'm saying specifically if you want, like, because we definitely will not read it on the show. There
won't be another one.
No, there won't.
Not for a while, maybe. I don't know.
This is like long term in my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you, like, want any of the bonus stuff, and you can't pay for it, or you just don't want to pay for it, then just ask for it. That's all I'm asking.
I do really, really feel like I'm speaking to the abyss right now. But if you feel inclined and feel comfortable and you listen to this podcast, email the email.
Yeah, you can say that if you want. I'll
say hi or something.
Just whatever.
Because
if you listen to it, if you got anything out of it, I guess, yeah, I was just saying this in terms of, like, if somebody wants to listen to any of the bonus shit.
I wanted to extend
especially
that.
If it's not going on, like, I know there's still, like, a certain number of episodes, and it wouldn't be that much to pay, like, $5 for, like, a week or whatever. Because then you would just have the playlist, and, like, there's not going to be stuff being added to it or anything, so you could, it'd be, like, kind of a one-time purchase at that point. But
I did just want to extend that to just people saying anything.
No, yeah, that's kind of a different point, but yeah.
Just because that would be nice. If you feel so inclined.
I'll look out for it. And read it not on the show, but to Jacob in real life.
Yes.
When no one can hear us react.
Uh-oh. No reacts.
But yeah, fuck, did I say that we would choose the last movie? I don't know if
you did.
Okay.
Like,
I was gonna run that by. Do you think we should select it randomly, or do you think we should choose it?
I'm leaning towards random still.
Okay. I thought you might, and I guess that is in the spirit of things.
I kind of just want it to be in the spirit of it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm completely fine with that. I just thought since it was the last one, if there was something we were particularly interested in doing, but, like,
well, it's like
it is kind of in the spirit of things to do it randomly.
At the end of the day,
I just thought I'd run it by.
If our last one turns out to be total shit, then that's just funny anyway. Or maybe it isn't funny. I don't know, but that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
If it turns out to be total shit, fine.
This is funny for us generally, but for other people, I'm sure there's been a fair share of not being funny.
Oh well.
I don't know. If it's not funny, you can let us know at the email.
Tell us how wrong and stupid we are.
Wait, after all that, notverycast@gmail.com. Like, I know I'll say it somewhere else, but I should probably say it here since we're directly talking about that. We don't need structure for this anymore. This is the death of structure.
Yes. As if our list wasn't already that.
Yeah. And also, I have been, like, losing money on this whole time also. So I will be losing less. I am going to keep paying for it just so shit stays up in certain places. Like, for hosting or whatever. But I will be able to pay less.
Well, at least with DistroKid, stuff stays up if you stop paying them, as far as I know.
I'm not using DistroKid.
You're not? For, like,
no
pod?
Nope. I'm using Libsyn.
Oh, I guess it's probably just better distribution for podcasts for everything.
As far as I know. I I think I started using it because most podcasts I listen to use it.
Because yeah, I do know some people use DistroKid for podcasts as well.
Yeah,
but it's generally
get-
aimed at music.
Based on DistroKid's like interface, it doesn't seem like it's intended for podcasting
No, it's
particularly. So
Mostly aimed at music.
Libsyn is definitely intended for podcasting. But yeah,
Well, I guess we should do the episode.
I mean, we already are doing the episode, but yeah, I get what you mean.
Fucking 40 minutes of talking. I guess it makes sense for the last episode.
Yep. Especially when you come in not knowing it's the last episode.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't either. There could have potentially been reasons to do like one more or something, but I think we're at the point where this can be the last episode for now.
Besides the bonuses.
Yeah. I mean, my OCD would want there to be one more since it'd be 52. But I
Fuck
don't
your
care.
OCD.
Well, look, my OCD is actually sated by the fact that we did actually make it. After having done this episode, we will have hit the magical number. We will have passed 151. This was intended from the beginning. This is just season 1.
We'll be back in 3 weeks. I'm just kidding.
No. Not 3, dude. I'm gonna need 4 to have time to do everything I want to do.
Let's pick 'em.
Yep. Pokemon number 1 is
A snail. It's Carbink.
Carbink. Never got to Pikachu or Jinx.
We might get to one of them.
Dude, I should have said this after I finished picking, but...
We might get to one of them.
Well, we've only got one slot left.
Yeah.
Pokemon,
Pikachu or Jinx?
Pokemon number 2.
It's neither.
It is neither.
Because that's a really small chance.
Yeah. The chances are low. And the Pokemon choice... I mean, I'm not going to read this out because it's done. But our one and only monetary supporter,
Our commander in
salute.
chief.
I should actually salute instead of saying salute. I mean, salute.
Salut.
I know you're not watching this. I mean, maybe you will once I tell you that this is... I mean, I'm going to have to tell you it's finished, or you won't know because you don't watch it. But see what I have to deal with?
And then you're going to laugh at this when you hear it.
Probably. I mean...
You're laughing right now.
Well, that would imply that
Ha, ha,
you get
ha.
this far into the episode even though it's the last one.
True.
Exactly. Pokemon of choice is Shuckle. The first time we actually got a non-Gen 1. And now it's over.
Ah, it's this one.
Yeah.
Didn't know it by its name.
Okay.
Carbink.
Jay, what do you think of Carbink?
I think I like the general idea of it. I think it's
More than the design itself?
yes. I think it doesn't. I think the contrast of kind of like a fluff and a sharp to be very, very primitive about it, kind of is a bit odd.
It's not like... Actually, I'm going to fix this for you. It's snow.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It is obviously intended to look like a fucking like muffler type thing. But like when you know that like it's an ice type, so it's like it's snow and it's kind of like a snowy mountain, it kind of makes it make more sense, you know?
Yeah. I think in like it's a cool idea. To say something I've said a lot, it kind of lacks X factor though. And
I get what you mean.
It
I
kinda-
don't know. I think there's more X here than a lot of other things. I feel like X is like a...
it's how the Powerpuff Girls were made.
That's not all that they used. And that was Chemical X.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice.
And Chemical X. Chemical X. That wasn't on purpose, though.
Oh!
Oh no, I got all the chemical X in it. No, X is like a sliding scale. There can be more or less X factor
This is my dude, like, fucking,
to me.
can't remember what the word is. I guess he just, like, can't fuck or whatever. So he has to make kids, like, in a lab.
I don't know, dude.
It also has, like, Pokemon head 3.jpg a little bit. Or, like, creature head, like, animated.
I don't think it's that bad.
Like, creature animated head, animated creature head, sort of.
You don't always get, like...
The ears don't help. I don't really like the ears, to be honest.
I like the ears.
I can't say I do.
I would understand if you're like, they kind of don't fit on what the rest of this is doing, but...
I do agree with that.
I kind of like that, though.
It's implying, like, 3 textures here. The snow...
I will say it's kind of weird that, like, it's... You wouldn't expect ears like that because it's a rock, and they don't look like ears that are a rock.
Yeah, it's like rock body. The snow
They look like you could move them.
The snow works better, but then, again, the
And
head
I bet in the
part,
show there is an example of it moving like they're not rocks. I don't know.
Like, I don't hate it. And the only thing I can really point out that I don't like is the ears.
I like the ears. I like how this is this has a spinning top affectation, which the ears go with.
It kind of works to add a bit of symmetry to it. But generally, I'm not a fan.
And as we always have to comment on, I like the kind of, what do you call them? I guess it's not really placement as such, but the crystal placement.
The distribution.
Yeah, well, it's not placement because I think it seems like it's all part of one big crystal that's inside it, and it's just coming out at certain areas. But where it does come out, I think it's, I think it works.
Yeah. Distribution of a thing's spot or whatever is actually very important. And can make or break shit sometimes.
Yeah.
Like fucking mushroom head, whatever the fuck, would be higher on the list. Had its spots not be distributed in a bit of a weird way.
Yeah, Shinotic.
They need to be a bit wider in their distribution.
And there's only one really small one.
Yeah. It would be higher on the list, maybe. At least I would have, at the time, wanted to have put it higher.
I think that's what kept it from being higher at the time.
I like the colors used here. The blue on the eyes is nice.
Yeah.
The sort of, I don't know what you call that, like the darkest shade of white. I was going to say almost a gray, but not really. Like a
smoke color.
Yeah, like a smoke. The color.
When we come back, we're gonna have all our like color names down. We're gonna have a color name for every situation.
Bro, I'm gonna have the color index memorized.
We're not just gonna go away and not do any research.
Isn't the color index like thousands of colors?
I don't know, probably.
The color of the crystals.
I don't know how many of these color names are actually like official names for things either.
I don't really understand how it works.
I feel like some level of them is just something somebody made up, but I guess everything is something somebody made up.
It's like you look up turquoise on Google Images and then there's a bunch of different colors. Well, that's like, well, okay. Well, which one of these is turquoise?
I think turquoise is a pretty well-established color name, though. It's when you get into like
who is there an official?
Fuck, what's a good?
Is there an official like thing that has decided this is what turquoise is? This is what.
It's the ones that need like. It's the ones that need like an adjective in front of them. Where I'm like,
is this what seafoam is?
Seafoam green. I'm like, who made that up?
Motherfucker, I've heard just seafoam on its own. So it's like, is it green? Is it a type of green? I don't know. I do want to know if there's like an official.
I like colors.
So do I. Colors are cool. Is there an official?
This is why we're stopping, because we're actually starting up a similar podcast where we pick 3 colors every episode and figure out where to put them on the complete list. Okay,
we're actually stopping this podcast to start up the Foley cast.
Yeah, you've found us out.
Trademark. It's mine. I made that up.
We're taking everything from this one and starting anew.
Today we're looking at
Punch
Sound 3.
We want our crossover potential to be as little as possible. Pokemon was way too much. We might actually cross over eventually.
One podcast on Foley sounds and one podcast on color theory.
No, not even color theory, just colors. Just ratings of colors. It's nothing to do with. I'm not well read in color theory.
Would you fuck Seafoam?
Let's hope we have to answer if we'd fuck something before this ends again.
Oh God.
I don't know. I think I like this better than you do.
You definitely do.
But not a huge amount. I think we've had bigger power gaps before.
Yes. Strongest thing here are the colors, in my opinion.
I like the general idea. I think this does a bit, but it's like, yeah, you're right about it. It's low in X compared to some other things.
What is the name?
It's low X, like low T. Carbink. Isn't a carbuncle a thing? Is that a rock?
Carbuncle?
What is a carbuncle? Mereshi. The fuck does that mean? Could be based on the carbuncle. Oh wait, that's like an imaginary being? Is a carbuncle a type of rock, like creature? What the fuck is a small animal alleged to have been? Oh, it usually has a jewel on its forehead. That makes sense then. Plus carbon.
What's the Japanese name?
Mereshi.
Ah.
Okay, yeah, there's a whole lot there that could make that work. Like a small cut diamonds. Mizurashi means rare. Ishi means stone. Merishi.
When we come back, Anthony will be fluent in Japanese.
Mereshi, not Merishi. Dude, I'm trying. Kinda. I mean, I have tried. I don't know, I feel like I'm kinda getting better at understanding things.
Probably. I mean, every time you watch something, it's practice.
I know, like, that's a little bit right, but I don't want people to think that that's like you can just fucking watch shit and you'll learn Japanese. Like you can't. I've given myself like enough of a base to be able to learn things by watching things.
It is low level practice.
You need like a base, and my grammar is absolute trash, and I'm not learning that from watching things exactly. Maybe a little. You need to have some level of understanding to actually learn things from doing something simple like that.
Yes.
Which I think is what I've given myself to some degree.
I do maintain that it is practice in particular, like, circumstances.
Not if you don't know anything.
No.
It fucking, like, you have to know something.
It's gibberish if you don't know anything.
Yeah. Like, I only might pick something up because I know enough to be able to pick something up. Because, yeah, it's like if children are learning a language and they know enough of it and they'll learn some shit somehow, you know? It's kind of like that.
Yeah. Let's go on to Mismagius.
Yeah. Mismagius.
Mismagius.
Mumaji.
Boomaji.
What do you think of Mismagius? Mismagius.
Initially, I thought I'd have issues with the hat, which I do not.
The hat's cool.
There's one thing I have an issue with.
Is it the neck?
It's the neck. My dude got an almond in there.
The neck makes me think of Celesteela.
I see how.
I know it's not exactly the same. Yeah, I mean,
I like the execution on.
It looks like
every other part
ate
of this.
like a whole lemon and just really couldn't get it down.
Like a fully cartoon lemon as well. That's like really pointy, which isn't most lemons. Most lemons are mostly round.
Yeah, either that or this is a real trap. You know.
I like how this.
She looked feminine, but I see that Adam's apple, and then
that
I know.
fucking Adam's lemon. I like everything about how this is executed besides the neck. The colors are good. The way it doesn't have legs is good.
I want to understand why the neck is the way it is. What is it supposed to be doing?
It having like I really like that it's got a robe type thing going on.
I feel like it's just the image, because if it was like more rounded and given off more like a collar or like a muffler, like scarf type thing, it would totally fit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still can't say I like hate it or anything. I think everything else is strong enough.
I mostly agree. I think I just dislike the neck more than you do, but the rest of it
I think
is
it's
still,
the angle though.
the rest of it is still
A lot of
pretty
these
solid.
sprites and stuff, it looks more like I would want it to, you know?
The rest of it is executed quite well though. The colors are good. I really like the detail on the lower half of it.
Yeah.
Like the gems are appropriate.
I really like the color scheme.
Yes. The hat is cool.
Purple
as
and
fuck.
that pink. And like some of the patterns, like you see at the bottom where it has like a kind of flame pattern.
Everything
That's
about
really cool.
Everything about this is working really well besides the neck. And the neck isn't bad enough that it's really
I can see how the neck could work though. Bothers me.
It bothers me too.
It's pretty good though, I gotta say.
Yes, I agree. It does, like, the neck doesn't ruin it.
I could maybe have like just one gem on it too.
I'm okay with the gems.
I'm okay
fine,
with them,
I'm fine
but
with 3.
it might be better if there was one.
Maybe it's
Even none of them,
maybe
honestly.
it's a little cluttered with
That's
3.
what I mean. Like, I feel like this is strong enough to live without the gems. You know? There's a lot of arbitrary gems on things.
Gotta say,
especially in those areas of like head and chest, you know?
gotta say this neck is getting a little worse the longer I look at it. Like it's
We better stop then.
like it looks like it's usually its head is where that thing would be, and they just chuck that in there. Like it's not.
Dude, it's fine. They're just joking. No, yeah, that's how it is. I'm gonna have to accept this neck. I don't know. Like, I don't hate it.
It's slowly getting a little worse. It looks like its head should be where the lemon is, rather than the lemon being there.
I kind of like how this is. It's kind of like a teru bullshit. You know what that is?
Not at all.
So I have to look it up. I thought they might have put it down here.
Not something I've heard.
Which might explain the neck a little bit.
Oh, I've seen these.
Yeah, they're meant to like.
I can understand
Make
how,
it-
like, with the tie, it might
They're meant
sort
to make
of.
it stop raining. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like tied around it. I think it could be related.
I kind of want one now.
What? One of these?
Yeah.
I mean, you're supposed to make them.
Oh, I want to
Yeah.
make. We should make them. We should make.
I don't
some of
actually
these.
know how they make them. I mean, it's like a cloth or whatever. I don't know what they.
Or,
Do they just ball it up?
or white paper?
Yeah.
We have white paper. Although we might want bigger paper than that.
But yeah, they're meant to.
Yeah, I want to make one of these now.
They're meant to stop the rain though, so it might not be the best idea for
Oh,
us
yeah,
to bring
we're
that
in a
energy.
drought right now.
Yeah, we're in a drought.
We're in a
and you
pretty-
want to make these fucking things.
We're literally like in the worst drought we've. I think it's the worst drought we've ever been in.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're in a.
Oh, actually,
really
hold
bad
on.
Drought.
You can hang it upside down and it acts as a prayer for rain.
Ooh.
So we could do that. I don't know if that would look as good. Hanging it upside down, I feel like it would just kind of go over its head and look sort of weird.
But yeah, we're in a drought. It's really bad.
I guess you can just hang it like that. I mean, I don't believe in any of this shit.
I just
But-
like how they look.
Yeah.
They're
I mean, I don't care. I'll fucking,
kind of a
I'll
simple,
hang them up. I don't give a fuck.
simple little thing.
It's certainly not going to make things any worse.
It'll make things better, if anything, having them around. Actually bring good energy and good vibes. But yeah, I like this. It's good. Just that neck. And I guess maybe the gems are a little cluttered. The eye colors are real good.
I just think it could live without them. Like, I don't like hate them or anything.
I do like that it has sort of eyeliner as well. It's a nice look for
Yeah.
this.
I always like that sort of eye.
The mouth is cool.
I like the kind of, like the front of the hat, how it points down.
When I initially saw it, I thought the hat would look like a clusterfuck and a mess, but like seeing it properly, it's all good.
The hat's
It's
nice. Hat is pretty strong.
Cool. I fuck with the hat.
Yeah, like it's really just the neck on this and maybe the gems. I would rather just have one gem, if anything, probably. I think it could, like, it'd be more effective without the gems, I think, because everything else is so strong.
I think...
And also, I was going to say, like, the neck does bother me a bit, but I think you could redo that in a way that would be fine. I like how long the neck is, and I like there being something on the neck. It's just the shape of it is not quite right.
I agree. It is mostly
I wish it was
shape.
more like a scarf or something, you know?
Yeah. I think maybe if...
Or even if it was just round or something, I don't know.
I think maybe if the center gem was the size of the smaller ones, and the smaller ones weren't there.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, because I wouldn't mind that being smaller as well,
just
yeah.
like shrink it and get rid of the other two.
Yeah. Because, yeah, I like its neck being that long and having something there, but... Yeah.
I've never like been forming a list this early, but I'll keep that to myself.
I almost fucking never think about it. I forget about it. I'm just thinking about like
popped into my order popped into my mind. And
it's
I'm
that
like,
OCD
and
thinking.
I thought, like, I don't know about that.
I can't obsess over like more than one thing at once.
It's very strange to me that an order came to mind for me though. Because it's...
I mean, if I think about it for a second, then like yeah, but I usually just don't direct my attention to that until we're at that point. Then I slow everything the fuck down. Shuckle.
What do we think?
What do you think? I like Shuckle. What do you think of Shuckle?
I like it quite a lot. It's pretty cool.
Like, it's pretty unique.
Yeah. It's fuck.
There's other turtles and stuff, you know.
Is this a tortoise or a turtle?
Fuck, I don't know.
I think it's a tortoise.
Probably. Tortoise is like land, right, and not water.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
I found that out after
Oh, actually, it could be based on an endolith.
I found that out after seeing that image collection of that girl saying like, I returned this turtle to the sea, and she threw a tortoise in and it would have drowned. She was like on Facebook like, save the turtles, and someone's like, that's a tortoise, you killed it.
People are fucking great. I thought they'd be like, oh, I guess these things are like really small. Whatever. Endolith. This looks like blue waffle.
Come on. Come on.
What? It does. Kinda.
Look that up.
Hmm?
Look it up. Do
what?
it. I need
Blue
to see
waffle?
Yes. I need to see it again.
You don't know what blue waffle is.
I know what it is.
I
need
can't
to
look
see
it up.
again. Why not? Oh, that's all right. Censorship. Lame.
I don't even want to look at it. I was going to say I could just look it up on a different, like, on a tab we're not recording, but I honestly don't want to see it.
I have not looked that up since I was like 10.
Well, Jabe, you can go on that journey yourself.
I'm going on that journey right fucking now.
I might even ask to see it for like a second. I just don't want it like all on my fucking face all over the screen.
This is a refresher that I am in dire need of. This was the sort of shit you looked up in school when we had the school computers, and they're like, huh.
I mean, yeah,
Guys,
it's funny to leave it on screen and stuff, but like, I'm not having fun looking at it, really.
Oh boy. It's funny, like, most of
Give
Google...
me a second.
Most of Google Images is literally populated of images of blue waffles now.
Oh, weird.
Like, blue waffles. But then...
Yeah, fuck that. That looks like an alien
And
monster.
then this. Just a chicken.
That's just a chicken, but it's kind of blue. A raw chicken.
Yeah, most of this is not actually images of vaginas. So literally just blue waffles.
Well,
Literal blue waffles.
they've done their work to clean up the internet.
Anyway. I like Shuckle. It's unique.
Yeah.
It's got a kind of an inconspicuous look about him. I like the color scheme, very simple. I like kind of how abstract it is as well. It's just sort of holes.
I wouldn't say it's like that abstract, but like...
Abstract's I guess the wrong word.
Yeah.
Maybe like... I
I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say, to be honest.
I don't know what the term is.
I like Shuckle's...
I'm going on a limb and embarrass myself and say like it reminds me of some kind of modernist sculpture. Where it's kind of like a bunch of smoothness and holes. I don't know. I could be.
I sound worse than you, because I'm just going to be like, define fucking modernist for me, because I don't fucking know.
I could be daily misusing that term. So enough making me sound like an idiot.
You already did.
Yeah.
I mean, Jacob, it's not going to be worse than fucking magazines are made of plastic. It's not going to be worse than that.
I mean, I don't even... Never mind.
Damn, I should have wore the Biberibo today.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
You can go change if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Last episode.
Yep. No other time? I don't want to keep saying last, though. James, keep walking.
We did a chair switch. Wow. But yeah, I do enjoy Shuckle. I like how weird it is. I like how unique it is. The colors are really simple, but they are effective in what they do. It's a suitable use of I can't remember the names of any Pokemon right now that have them, but that's a suitable use of that kind of foot. You know? The Pokemon default foot. Yeah.
There we go. Now we're ready to end. I should have thought of that.
I do quite like this. It's a good thing I wore this.
Yeah.
Because it's just...
We've never both worn them.
Well, here we are.
At least we got something out of this. Because, yeah. When
This just looks good regardless of what it is.
I mean...
Like,
I drew it.
it's just a fire design. Yeah, I really like Shuckle.
I gotta say, I'm glad I picked, like, the purple.
I'm glad I picked
I like
this color.
yours, but I prefer the purple, definitely.
I feel the same way about mine.
Good. Then
It's-
we both made the correct decision.
Exactly. Yeah. I think I have my list too, actually. I disagree with what my initial list was, the one that popped in my head.
I was gonna say I like how simple Shuckle's like head face is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I like cartoon, like really. It's kind of like Porygon.
He works being a bold guy.
Porygon Z, and how like cartoony it is. You know. It's got those like.
Is this
kind
our,
of nothing eyes?
is he Gen 2?
Yeah.
Is this our first Gen 2?
No.
From
Oh
our
yes.
our person.
That's what I said that earlier.
Oh, true. I missed that completely.
Yeah, I said like this is the first not Gen. Well, first Gen 2, but not Gen 1.
So this is the first episode without at least one Gen 1 in it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, we may have had others when we didn't get like a thing. I don't actually remember if that's true or not.
Yeah. Regardless.
Some of the real not very effective heads will be able to tell us.
Yep.
They'll know immediately. They
All
won't
of-
even need to look.
All of those people.
Yeah.
We're going to sound like dumbasses in X amount of years when we're really popular.
I mean, shit, I don't care if I sound like a dumbass then. I'm happy to sound like a dumbass.
Everyone out here who's watching this knows we're dumbasses.
Yeah.
I have a list.
I need not refer you back to the magazines being plastic thing when I just did.
Galaxy brain.
If you want proof.
Absolute galaxy brain. Yeah, I have my list.
And I bring that up. I try to mitigate it, but there are certainly instances of me being a fucking idiot. And look, I said idiot. There you go. I didn't mean to, but I know what it really is. I know it's an idiot. That's not nearly as bad as magazines of plastic, but you get the point.
10 magazines on backup.
It's always worse when you're trying to say you're not an idiot, and then you say idiot. What you say it within the sentence, you fuck it up.
12 magazines on backup. 6 magazines on backup.
Okay.
I have a list.
What is your list?
From worst to best. Carbink. Mismagius. Shuckle.
Huh? Mine
Do you
is.
disagree?
I do disagree.
I figured.
Carbink, Shuckle, Mismagius.
I didn't actually work out how to say it properly. Is it Mismagius? Mismagius? Mismagius?
I guess that depends. Like, I don't know. When it's to do with like Japanese things, I want to say Magius. Actually, I feel like in this instance, Magius works better.
Mage.
Well, not the word magus. I don't think you ever pronounce magus.
Animagus.
I don't think you ever pronounce magus like magus. But then you say magic. Wait, no, hold on, that's right too.
Mismagius.
No, I'm getting this confused. Cause okay, sometimes in Japanese they say magi, but it's like a gi sound. But actually, in this one's name, it's Mumaji. So it's actually the G sound. So really, there's nothing to talk about here. It's Mismagius, and that's kind of like a play like Mismagius.
I think I'd rather just say Mumagi.
Mumaji. Well, it's literally not gi.
Mumaji.
That's the incorrect
Mumaji.
romanization there.
Mismagius sounds like something out of a Harry Potter book.
I'm just gonna say I like Mismagius. Okay, so with Carbink. Ah, boy.
Why is Articuno above
Metapod?
fucking Metapod?
We both agree with that at this point.
Fucking fuck this fucking list. Angry. Why is Farret so high?
Honestly, I think I'm down here with Carbink, I think. Farret needs to be higher. I know I always say it.
Genesect needs to be a lot
This seems
lower.
to be an area that...
Turtonator shouldn't be that high.
Turtonator should be higher.
What?
Yes. I was going to say, this is an area with things that I like more than you go to die, because they... like, Genesect and Turtonator are here, which is probably our widest disagreements.
Yeah, because I wanted Genesect almost at the bottom.
I know, and I still don't
fucking
understand
don't
it.
like it.
It's fucking weird. Maybe when we come back, you'll have the correct opinion. How much worse is this gonna be if we ever come back? It's like, hey, dude, guess what? Neither of us agree with any of this anymore. Farah needs to be higher.
I mean, there's stuff up there that should be under Farret for sure.
I would put. Stunfisk should be higher.
Yeah, I don't like
I'm gonna
Carbink
put
more than Stunfisk even. What's under Stunfisk?
it's wireless. Yeah, this is all kind of fucked up.
I'll
like,
just put it under.
I want to move Tynamo, Meowth, and Scorpy lower than some things.
I'll
like,
put it under
collectively.
Stunfisk because I don't like his wireless enough. It's emo haircut.
I'm gonna put it above Dynamo.
Okay.
So you said under Stunfisk?
Correct.
Okay, then that's a shine break with Meowth.
I don't remember what Meowth's shiny is.
I don't think it's very good. I think it's one of those ones where it's like a minute change in color that it's hard to really notice. I think it's one of those. Maybe not so minute in some cases, but most. I mean, you can tell the difference, but
it's fine, I guess.
It's better than some other ones that are like this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's look at Carbinks. Yeah, I think Carbink wins that.
By a bit. By a hair. I don't really like it that much, but still better.
I think it could be. I don't know. I like the colors, but
They seem
there's something weird about this.
At odds with each other.
Yeah, there's something kind of off.
I still like it better than Meowth's though. I still like it better than Meowth's though.
Yeah, I'd say so. Carbink above Meowth.
Above Meowth.
Yes. Okay, what are we dealing with next?
Mismagius.
Okay.
They can go up.
Oh yeah, I'm going up quite a ways. It's really just the neck holding it back.
I mean, I don't really want to put it above like.
The colors are so fucking good though. This end of the list is kind of fucked up. Like, Gothorita needs to be higher. Probably Simisair also.
Go down. I'll put it like above Hihidaruma.
Okay. That makes sense. I think I'm... Corona. I think I'll...
You happy? You happy with that? You child?
That's just how I sneeze.
We have like 8 cases now active. We're almost done.
Oh, I think meant we got like 8 new cases or something.
Nah, we've had pretty much straight zeros.
Because yeah, I had no idea how many active cases we
I
had.
think we have like 8 left.
Well, yeah, I think I've been unaware for most of this entire time how many active cases we had at a time.
I think at its peak we had.
And shit,
in the area.
I guess you need to know that because
400 or 500.
Once you have 0 cases, really you're just waiting for active cases to be none, and then like, if you don't get any more after that, then you can assume that it's gone. After a certain point,
We'll just have to keep our borders shut still.
Yeah, we'll see
it's
how that
still
goes.
Fucked in a bunch of other places.
I mean, that's the thing. I don't think there's any point in opening the borders because where the fuck are you gonna go? You know,
most places are still
most
closed.
places are fucked. At least like open them one way so some people can leave, and not have people coming in. Because maybe some people could go to some place where it's fine. You know what I mean?
We might be able to like start a bit with Australia because Australia had higher numbers, but proportionate to their population, it sort of was on similar lines to ours.
Okay, that's not bad.
So like,
I wasn't familiar with that.
we could, because they got to like I think 5,000 or 6,000, but obviously they have quite a bit more people than us.
That's not bad, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know what their population is, but that doesn't sound bad for like as much as it seems.
Fuck, what is their population? I think it's like 15 or 16 million.
Wouldn't that be better than us proportionally then?
24.9 million.
What do we have right now? Fucking
5.2.
I mean, I'm not gonna be able to do the math on that, but it sounds like both doing alright. I mean, we're probably closer to being done, but like we're on a smaller scale in general. so that's to be expected.
Australia had 7,137 confirmed so far.
Kills.
That's total. So for a population of, what did I say? 23 million or something?
Something. I don't know.
That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna put Mismagius above Simicia.
Okay. Now that we have the obligatory Rona over.
And where are you putting it?
I said under...
Oh yeah, above
above.
Hihidaruma.
That's it. That's it, my man.
And that's Shinebreak with Vileplume. We've been down this road recently. For some reason. What was it for, Lapras?
Vileplume. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The top is so strong. Then that green is kind of bad. It's not a horrendous green, but it's not a great one. But it's got a real good top.
Vileplume got that good top.
Vileplume, a top.
I'm gonna say Mismagius wins this.
Again, it's like not by much, but I agree.
I don't know, I kind of like what it's doing.
It's like the forest variant, the swamp variant.
No, I'm not even thinking of it in that way. Maybe swamp, but I'm kind of thinking of it in like... Fuck, what's the word? Maybe it's not exactly like that, but... what's that? What's that color thing on like older pictures?
What, sepia?
Yeah, it's kind of like sepia tone, Mismagius.
Yeah,
You know?
I can see that. Oh, I can see that.
But yeah, swamp kind of works too.
Swampy boy. This means the official ban on me having opinions on Pokemon is going to get lifted too.
I guess.
This is
Mismagius above Vileplume.
This is truly changing my life for the better.
Yeah. Because now after this, you're actually into Pokemon. I'm more out of Pokemon than ever, honestly.
I'm slightly more into it
Actually,
than I
that's not
was.
correct at all, but...
I'm slightly more into it than I was, but still not very into it at all.
There are certain aspects I am into, and I've always been into, and certain other aspects that I've really never been into.
This, as expected, this just got me a little more into the design aspect, and that's really it.
So I guess I really am more out of the games than ever, because I just didn't play the games before because I couldn't. Now I'm not playing the games by choice. At least
Shuckle.
from now on going forth.
Shuckle duckle. Duckle shuckle. Shuffle shuffle.
Shuckle, I think...
BB.
I'm gonna put Shuckle... I'm gonna put Shuckle above Arbok.
Okay. Go up. What did I say? Above Hihidaruma.
Hey, you gotta know these things, Jacob.
That's right. Up.
Now it just sounds like you're trying to be consistent. And you're not naturally consistent.
Up. I'll put it under Gothorita.
I was gonna say, you gonna pass Gothorita just like that?
Nah. Shuckle can't really stand on me the same way.
Correct. That's 17. It's a Shambrick with Primarina.
Primarina has very good hair color.
So more good talk.
Yeah, bo.
Yes, I am continuing to make this stupid joke. I don't even think Jacob understands my joke. Honestly. You know what top is slang for, right? You must know that, right?
I mean, I know being top is like...
No, not even that
so
slang.
not that? Okay, I don't know then. I don't know what you mean.
Like slang for head.
Oh.
Have you heard that before?
No, sir.
Well, there you go then. You learn something new every day. You learn that your podcast is ending, and you learned some slang for sucking dick as if there wasn't enough already.
I kind of don't like either of these sprites very much.
It's almost like it's a 3D model.
Like,
I actually don't mind these as 3D models, but again, there's
really
nothing to
don't-
compare it to except the
I
official
really don't
art.
care for the blonde or the dark blue.
I remember saying I kind of like this one.
The blonde just making it like a person. It's kind of weird. I don't really like
No,
it.
yeah, I like that about it. It was. It looks like an. It looked more like an old timey like. You know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like a little girl. I shouldn't be saying I like it because it looks like a little girl. You know what I mean? It looks like it looks like Anne Shirley, but not. But like somebody that might be friends with Anne Shirley.
I don't know who that is.
You need to watch Akage no An.
I don't know what that is.
It's a good show. That's what it is. Okay,
I guess I'm giving it to Shuckle.
I really like this one.
I don't particularly at all.
Well, hold on. We know what happens when that happens. We are doing it then.
Hell yeah, dude.
And this isn't a bad matchup for it either.
Well, Shuckle already come equipped with some holes.
That's what I was gonna say. Shuckle has a bunch of holes. I don't know how good those holes feel.
Neither.
And you know, Primarina is like of the mermaid persuasion. So how many holes does it have?
I mean,
Shuckle might have that advantage.
this is pretty easy because Primarina.
Is it?
Primarina is like feminized, so like.
But dude, 87.5% male.
Yeah, but
how do you like those odds?
It's
I mean, I wouldn't care, but that's
basically a
just
trap.
me. Yeah, well, again, I wouldn't care, but that's just me. You gay?
No.
You sound unsure. You've been around me too much.
Well, that's the thing. Primarina looks the same whether it's a male or a female.
I mean, this is the idea.
And it is feminized in this. Human traps, it really depends on what they look like. It really depends.
See, this is not the correct opinion for a straight person.
Well, I mean, I think it's dumb to say that, like...
So do I, but
like,
this is not like you're not expressing the common opinion. You're expressing my opinion. No, I'm just saying though.
Like, as a straight person as well, there's plenty of people who would disagree with me in saying that they would go around with a fucking post-op, but I don't give a fuck. If I think they're attractive.
Oh, dude, I think there's a lot of people that would just fuck a trap normally as long as nobody knew about it. You know how common that is for people to look up on porn sites?
Very, as far as I've heard.
Yeah, I think people are just fucking liars as usual.
From what I've seen,
like a whole bunch of people would do that.
From what I've seen, Shemale has regularly been, and I know it's not the same.
No.
But Shemale is.
I mean, people are gonna be mad at you using the word Shemale and trap already, so it doesn't matter. People, you know,
it's regularly been the top search.
Those are considered derogatory. But we're talking about porn.
Not trap was.
Trap definitely is. People hate that now. I mean,
I guess I can understand that. I guess I understand where that comes from.
I mean, I think it's stupid, but whatever.
Yeah, but
I think anything like that is stupid.
Least. But I mean, it's regularly been like the top search result in a lot of states because I've seen various porn statistics, and it's
you mean Shemale, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I mean, that's just what it's called generally, in like the in porn searches. So that's
But I mean, like, I'm not one of those people who's like militantly straight because they need to prove how straight they are. I don't care. In fact, I don't care what a person presents as. If I end up finding them attractive, then I do. I don't fucking care what they present as.
Well, what you said to me basically, if you're fine with me repeating it, I'm sure you are.
Go for it.
Is like, really, you would have the problem when the dick comes up because you just don't like dicks.
Basically, yeah. I'm just not into dicks. That's really it. I don't I don't care if they used to be male. I don't like. It's just if I find them attractive. And
I mean, usually most people into this are fully aware of the dick, and it is, a part of the appeal.
Yeah. But I mean,
which I can understand, but
that's the main thing. Is just if I find them attractive, and I'm not into dicks. So
that might be the jump off point.
Anyway,
Jacob, you got a 12.5% chance.
It doesn't.
I don't even know if there'd be a dick on this. I don't know where.
It's pre-marina because it's like feminized, I guess, to some extent.
Yeah, I just mean like if it's like a typical mermaid, then I don't even know like where anything would be.
And like Shuckle is way.
I mean, I've seen some interpretations. We both watched The Lighthouse.
Yeah.
Among other things.
Shuckle was way too zoo for my taste. Like, I can't.
That sounds like a porn site name. Way too zoo.
It really does.
I wonder if that exists. And anyone on there, that's not way too zoo for them at all.
That's the problem with zoophilia, is like
That's the single problem with zoophilia.
Like, what's the fucking word? Exploitation is like
basically
inherent almost.
Well, let's be clear. There's no problem with just being attracted to certain things on the surface, at least in my mind.
No, I agree. But
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people. I know that's not the popular opinion at all. But I mean, I
don't care if you're attracted to dogs sexually. Just don't fuck one.
Yeah, don't fuck a dog.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Just.
Because I'm more in the camp of like a dog can't consent.
Oh yeah. Animals besides human beings cannot consent.
Yeah. I don't know. There's some argument for certain. I mean, if we want to say certain things are on like equal intelligence with humans, which it's arguable.
The problem is that we can't communicate with them.
Yeah,
properly.
I mean that is obviously another issue.
Even if they are just as smart as us, we can't effectively communicate with them. At least not yet.
Yeah, not in that way, So generally, it's like, yeah, don't fuck an animal.
But yeah, I mean, like, jerk off to all the pictures of dogs you want. Just so long as...
That's the thing. Usually, that's not... I mean, I don't know if that's usually not enough, but like...
It's just like, I do not support...
No, just don't fuck a dog.
Don't fuck a dog, and don't purchase materials that require a dog to be, like, fucked or exploited.
Don't support that industry of fucking dogs, I guess.
Or any animal.
Well, yeah, the dog is just the example. Even if you're a white girl, just don't let a dog fuck you. Don't do it. Even if you're a white girl. Do you know about that?
I've heard that that's a common thing.
That's just the joke. I don't even know if it's a common thing. The joke is that just like white girls are like letting dogs fuck them.
Yeah.
It's really funny to me. I mean, man. Yeah, dude, just every white girl.
It's a huge generalization, but
I know. But that's why it's so funny to me, because it's just the biggest generalization ever.
In all the instances,
like, yeah, dude, just all
I have
white
seen
girls.
of dog fucking, it has been.
I mean,
white
dude,
girls.
it's how much dog fucking have you seen, Jacob?
Not very much. It's usually just when it goes public, and people are like, fucking white woman.
I was gonna say it's usually just when you end up seeing it on Facebook. Remember those times in Facebook where they would just fucking. Oh, there was worse on there at times.
There have been
and it was up for
murder
way too
and
long.
beheadings and shit.
Oh, that's not what I was talking about when I was saying worse. I was more thinking further down the fucking rabbit hole.
Yeah,
there's been
some bad.
There's been some shit up on Facebook for far too long, considering what it was. But that was a different time. I don't know if that really happens now.
Fuck, man.
I mean, besides that whole, shooting stream.
Let's not.
Yeah. I mean, a stream is different. that's a different reaction time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was talking about, like, you know, when a video has been up and people are being like, hey, this is terrible, while they fucking watch it.
Report.
Yeah, maybe. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, Primarina for me.
It's Primarina for me.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Figured.
I mean, I would want to try out Shuckle before I buy. Well, look, you don't know what the hole's going to be like. We're just...
There could be heaven in there.
I know, like, we're guessing from, like, a visual perspective, but you don't know.
To be fair, I feel like my interaction with Primarina would just more be like touching and like jerking off or whatever. I don't know.
I mean, Primarina...
I don't really want to stick my dick in a Shuckle, in a hole, like a dark hole. Don't really know what's in there.
I mean, you know... Would you pick Shuckle if it felt better?
No. Because I don't...
You're not one of those dudes that's
like,
just like, I'm gonna go to the beach and like fuck a fish in the mouth just because it feels good.
No, I'm not. I'm not one of those dudes.
I hate those
Believe it or not.
videos.
Yeah, I don't... Like, I know fish aren't very intelligent, but that's still exploiting them. But I mean, I don't know. I eat fish, so that's a weird thing. I eat fish, but I don't like people fucking them in the mouth. I don't know.
I mean, I think as a human being, you have this sense of like, you're taking away the fish's dignity, but like, it's a fish. Like, fish don't have dignity. Like,
yeah,
there's no concept of that.
I don't know, maybe...
So it's like, I'm not saying you should fuck a fish, but like...
It's a weird one.
Nobody's going to care except
I already eat fish.
You, I guess.
I already eat fish, so like...
The fish doesn't know what it's doing. In fact, that's dangerous. Like, fish have teeth a lot of the time, so, you know... I would feel weird about that just because it's like, I don't feel like this is going to go well.
This is a strange one that I've never approached. I eat fish. Is it fine? I eat fish, but I don't have a problem with fucking them, but they're fish. Like, I don't know. That's a weird one.
Yeah, I'm not even saying, like, I'm on the side of, like, just, you should fuck a fish just because we eat it, but, like...
Because,
I mean, a fish can't consent.
A fish cannot consent.
But then, most people wouldn't have a problem if you, like, fucked a plant.
No.
Which...
Are still alive and cannot consent.
Yeah.
And, I mean...
But they're
at the same time...
You know what it is? It's always fish have eyes. Like, it's always, it has eyes.
Fish can't consent to being... Fish don't consent to being captured in nets and forced on a boat and then being processed and eaten.
Oh, yeah, but we don't care if things can consent when we're eating them.
Which... Yeah, I mean, that's why...
Which, yeah,
I
guess
I have cognitive dissonance over this.
Well, I know...
Because, like, if he
there are definitely people out there that would be like, yeah, don't fuck an animal and don't kill it to eat it. So there's people out there that are consistent on this, but...
I mean, like, I feel like, at least for a fish, because it can't conceptualize being fucked in the mouth, necessarily.
The thing is...
It's like, if you fuck it in the mouth and throw it back in the ocean, it might just live another day.
I mean, are there cases of... like fucking an animal causing psychological damage to the animal? Because
I don't know. That's a pretty niche area.
I know. I think because if that was the case, I think even if that you were planning to like kill and eat that animal, then you probably shouldn't fuck it because you could make its life worse before you did that.
If you're gonna kill and eat it, you don't need to cause unjust harm before this.
That's what I'm saying, basically. Yeah, like you don't need to make its life worse. Which is kind of the whole idea of like
ideally
like free range shit, right?
Well, yeah. Ideally, if I had more money and shit, I would, you know.
Ideally, if I had more money, I wouldn't fuck my animal before I ate it.
Exactly.
But I'm pretty poor. I gotta get it somewhere. I can't afford a girlfriend.
Ideally, I'd fucking like, you know, buy from people who I agreed with how they ethically farm and shit like that. But that's expensive to do.
People get mad at you for that too.
What?
Oh, it's expensive? Okay. I guess that's how much your morals are worth.
Yeah. I'm more important to myself than those animals are.
Oh, yeah.
I'll straight up fucking say that.
I mean, there's a lot of things I'd do if I had more money.
I would if I was more able, and if I had more money, then there are many things that I would do to change the way I consume things and try and consume things in a more ethical fashion. But at the end of the day, we're in a system that doesn't allow for that very easily.
Yeah, and honestly, every dollar counts as an individual. So, at a certain point, you can get fucked because you're not me. That's if you live outside of my head, then you can get fucked at a certain point. I mean, that's the thing. Like, this is how I treat humans. Like, none of these animals care about me.
Yeah.
You know?
Humans at least have the capacity to care about
Yeah,
you.
exactly. They just don't anyway, for the most part. I'm not saying they need to or have any reason to, but I don't care about you either, you know?
And you know, by the same token as well, it's like arguably a fucking animal's ability to actually experience negativity anyway is still debated. So,
Well, I mean, every animal's different, you know?
like,
It's not like we're just all
killing
animals are on the same level or anything, you know?
kicking a fish is very different to kicking a dog. They experience it incredibly differently. To say that it's the same.
It's not the same,
no,
but
it's fucking not.
it could be like equally bad potentially.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I haven't really done my research on this, and every animal is different. And I'm not one of those people that's immediately like kicking a dog is worse because it's a dog. Like I don't give a fuck about that attitude. That's stupid.
I only mean they experience it very differently because of the
I know, but
potential
I just mean like
of intelligence of a dog.
there's a core group of people who are just like it's worse to eat a dog because dogs are pets.
That's stupid.
And it's like that's just dumb.
Yeah, it's
like that. That's stupid.
Like you won't see me out here complaining about dogs being eaten in certain countries because I eat other animals.
Yeah, well, I hope those people don't eat pigs or whatever,
Yeah,
or octopus.
Pigs and octopus are both incredibly intelligent. Pigs are
They're at least
more
on a similar level to dogs, yeah.
Pigs are probably more intelligent than dogs.
Yeah, again, I haven't done my research, but I just know that they're on similar levels of intelligence. So, and I know these motherfuckers aren't typically
People
coming
keep
out.
pigs as pets too.
Yeah, they do. And octopus, I guess.
So as long as I'm eating meat,
there's people that don't. And there's also the thing of like a lot of there's some group of people that are like, yeah, don't keep any animal as a pet. That's inherently bad, and I think that's kind of stupid.
That is
at least
stupid
in terms of dogs.
Well, dogs
need to be
dogs
pets.
are pets now.
Yeah,
we fucked that up. They don't have a choice.
Yeah, we fucked that up already.
Like dogs are.
We created dogs. We turned them into pets.
On people.
Yeah, kind of.
I've said this 1,000 times. Dogs are a science experiment.
Yeah. You can argue if it was a successful one or not, but it's too late now.
Exactly. You can't put a fucking domestic dog in the wild. It doesn't work.
It's weird though. I hear this about like fish and stuff like that, and I'm like, as long as you're keeping them in a big enough space, like they don't even know the difference.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's kind of a weird thing.
It's hard to talk about the ethics of animals and killing them.
I mean, I don't think it's hard.
Well, it's not hard.
I think it's just it's a
complicated.
complex issue.
It's very complex.
And I'm not one to just stop it. No, you don't eat dogs because they're pets or whatever, or you know. I will fully explore an issue.
As long as I'm okay to partake in eating animals that are just as intelligent, if not more, than dogs, I am not going to complain about people eating dogs.
But you are going to complain about people fucking dogs.
Yes, because I don't think you should fuck any animal, really. Besides human beings. And with consent, of course.
Well, consent is generally the issue.
Yes. If it can't consent, don't fuck it.
Yeah.
And if a person can't consent, don't fuck them.
Because, like, if you could communicate with a dog and it was like, yeah, go ahead, then, like, how much of a problem could I really have with that?
Yeah.
I know people would.
In that very specific circumstance, like...
Well, okay, look at it this way. What if aliens showed up tomorrow and they looked like dogs? But we could communicate with them. Like, what if something was on a similar, like, on a
Do they have
pretty
the same
similar
intelligence
level of like intelligence to us, but they
Well,
looked much more like an animal.
Dogs are estimated to be at the intelligence level of a 3-year-old, and a 3-year-old cannot consent.
No.
But again, that's an estimation, and this is complicated, and I'm not.
Yeah, that's what I'm
expert.
saying. All the point I'm making is there would be still a huge amount of people that would have a problem with you fucking that thing, even if they could consent.
Yeah.
Which is a different issue, but I think a lot of people use the like, oh, they can't consent because they're they're uncomfortable to begin with.
Mm.
I mean, you should be uncomfortable with like somebody fucking something that can't consent, but like that's not all you're uncomfortable with. Is all I'm saying. I think that's enough of that.
Yeah, like I've had about enough cognitive dissonance for today. Like,
Oh, okay. You want some more of that? Not personally, but I was gonna say, hey guys, you don't know that I bought a VR headset, but I promise that's not why I'm ending this podcast. No, but I don't know what it is though. But like, well, I can guess it. As you know, my sleep has been very fucked up. I've now woken up multiple times. Like, you know when you like,
I know where this is going.
yeah, you know when you wake up and you're like, where am I? Like, what time it is? Like that level of thinking. I've woken up multiple times this week feeling like extremely dazed and thinking I'm in the headset.
Christ.
Like more than once. And it's taken me like a solid like minute to be like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? You're not in it. I'm like, no, I'm just looking through pass-through. I'm like, no, you're looking at real life. It's not like all gray and shit. Like,
this is first-hand anecdotal experience of the effects that this shit can have on people.
Look,
I'm not saying it's necessarily bad. I'm saying it's interesting.
I think it's interesting as well because I didn't expect this at all.
It's very fascinating because it's like
this is possibly a lot to do with like how fucked up my sleep is at the moment. I would say it's likely that it's a lot to do with that because I know I start thinking like that more when my sleep is really fucked up and I just start like, you know, mixing shit up like that. But yeah, like it's fucked up. It's weird, man.
It's only a matter of time before you can't differentiate between real life and the headset.
I mean, I don't think you were ever in it for long enough, but after like really long sessions, like it feels weird outside of it.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
That's not something I need.
Yeah, probably not. Like even for me, I'm really noticing it. I'm like, I'm fine with that. Whatever, it kind of always looks weird outside of a headset. Like, one thing about it though, like,
They already dissociate hard enough.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like a really dissociative feeling, especially like waking up and being like just thinking I'm in the headset for no reason. It doesn't even make sense. Like that's really like it's happened more than once too. But yeah, I have been like sleeping like shit. So fuck, I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? I think I lost it.
Well, maybe we should wrap this up then.
Probably. And there'll be one last, bonus and commentary, I guess, depending on what we... No, they probably... I don't know. I don't know which way I'm... I think I was just gonna... We'll just say it's a commentary or whatever the fuck it is.
I've unclipped my microphone. We're going casual for the end here.
Jabe, you never need to...
Anthony, unclip your microphone.
Fuck no, I never do that. There's dust on it.
Do it.
I'm not... Look, this is just very inconvenient.
I don't care. Do it.
The pop is like in front of it.
You can unclip it without touching the pop.
No, I can't. You gotta pull it out.
Do it because I said so.
I'm just starting to do it anyway.
Do it because I said
There's
so.
so much dust on this. Oh, Jacob, I fucking hate you for making me do this.
I let my
I
hair
have
down.
to hold it like the whole...
I let my hair down literally before, and now we're letting our hair down, like, metaphorically.
And like, there's no...
Not even convenient.
There's no give on this thing, so I have to hold it here anyway. I've just turned my hand into a mic stand. This is stupid. This is just stupid, and I went along with it. Now I'm gonna end this real quick.
This is great.
Okay. Any questions, suggestions, any questions, suggestions, and reflections on the show? You can email us at notverycast@gmail.com.
He'll look.
Yeah, but you're never gonna hear about it.
I mean, I guess we'll respond. That's probably fair.
Maybe. I don't know. Don't count on it.
I'll do it personally.
No, you won't.
I'll do it personally.
You won't even know unless I tell you.
Oh, no.
To see our perfect list in all its glory and Jacob's current favorite, go to notverycast.wordpress.com. Click on any Pokemon and you'll be linked to the episode we ranked it. We also have all the other lists from the bonus episodes. See, you can, there's still a lot here you can look at. We may be gone, but there's there's a decent amount of shit.
This is the beginning of the Foley cast. We're starting with mic handling sounds.
I really want to put this back, but I already took it off, so I might as well just keep it till we're done now.
Just want to hear how bad this mic handling is. It's not that bad.
I'm pretty good at handling a mic.
And at this point, they're designed to be handled relatively well without, making a lot of noise.
Listen to a new... Well, no, don't. Don't listen to a new episode. Listen to...
The old ones.
Yeah, listen to this one and then go backwards. Not every week. On iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, or YouTube. All the episodes are listed on Patreon where anyone can view the normal ones. Tell us how wrong and stupid and bad people we are. On Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, the subreddit. And if you like the show, tell them it's done and you can just watch all of it now.
Yeah, tell them it's complete.
Yeah, I don't know who. Tell who.
Tell yourself it's complete.
Yeah, because we know none of you are watching this.
Yeah.
You might watch this one because maybe it's going to be titled slightly differently. And you're like, oh, fuck, it's over now. Now I can just ignore it properly.
That thing that I had a very cursory understanding and viewing of through...
Well, now it's over.
Yeah.
And yes, it is your fault. No, it's actually not.
If you had given us money, this wouldn't have happened.
Possibly.
I'm
But
kind
not.
of being an asshole.
I mean, a lot of the reasons this is ending is not to do with how successful this is.
I mean, but to be fair,
if it was more successful, then things might change to a degree.
Yeah.
But a lot of the reasons I've stated are not actually related to that at all.
Yes.
My health would still have been worse, most likely.
It doesn't affect it
and
now,
I would still
but
not have enough time to do this. And so, really, the reasons I'm saying... Yeah, it just might have put more weight in the podcast direction, I guess. So, there's nothing you could have done. Your money means nothing to me. It was all a trick.
Not true.
It doesn't mean nothing. But, yeah. It's not really the reason. We could be convinced, but we won't change the list. On the Patreons where you can find all those links. Go to patreon.com/notverycast. And I guess you can extend the green hand of currency one time.
Nope.
There's not going to be new shit. At least not for a long time. I'm not going to stop you, but probably don't.
You'd just be giving us money.
I will probably change the tiers and stuff to reflect the status of this. I don't want to just shut it down because I put a lot of posts on there that people can refer to actually look at the episodes and everything.
Mm.
So I'm probably just going to leave it to an extent. But, yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Your Pokemon for this week were... Your Pokemon for this week
The one that
were...
was...
Yeah. No, I just remembered. Carbink. Mismagius. And Shuckle.
Cockle.
Okay. I'm amazed that didn't happen already. Well, now the audience is getting cocked for an undetermined period of time.
I'm fucking your wife.
I meant cucked out of the podcast. Usually it would be cucked for something that you actually want, though. Always remember, if you've ever seen a Pokemon, that's enough to judge it. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
So many designs, 809, trying to find which are divine and which are just fine. From Africa's wireless, the bland and eclectic, they're gonna realize it's not very effective.
Do we have anything to say?
This can be. You can talk until I put my mic back in. Fucking hell, how did I have this? It might actually take a decent amount of time.
It's been a fun ride.
Actually, though.
Thank you to the small group of people who did check out episodes at points.
Yeah, even if you only watched like one episode.
If you're still
I don't give a
listening,
fuck.
if you're still there, yeah. If you ever listened, thanks. We do appreciate it. We appreciate the feedback we got at points, and we appreciate the views and the support. Yeah.
Yeah.
We never got much of a following, but it's fine. It was still fun anyway.
It's it's not necessarily over.
No.
This is just the time skip. This time skip begins now. The problem with real life time skips is that you actually have to wait.
Yeah.
So,
Until you discover it after the time skip.
Yeah.
If it comes back, that is.
If any of you are mad at this, then go back and watch, because I know you haven't watched all of them. There's no fucking way. I don't think...
There are some of them that literally have like one view.
Look, there's the potential for someone to have watched all of them in certain ways, but I don't believe it for a second. So,
neither. Well,
if you're real not very cost head though, hit the email and say, I did watch all of them, dude.
yeah.
I remember when you did that thing. And when you said that thing that was really fucked up. I'm like, yeah, which one?
If there's anyone out there who feels like writing, write us. notverycast@gmail.com.
It's called typing, Jacob. People can't write anymore.
See you, Space Cowboy.
Oh, they're gonna carry that. Wait.